A ghost can be a lot of things. A memory, a daydream, a secret, grief, anger, guilt. But in my experience, most times they're just what we want to see.
At the start of The Haunting of Hill House, Stephen perfectly sums up what the ghosts represent throughout the season. His definition is a shift away from how the ghost trope has recently been portrayed and utilized. Ghosts have become faceless monsters that need busting. They have become prizes for thrill junkies during their adventurous hunting seasons, and not to mention the fuel for countless possession jump scares and haunted nouns. Ghosts have become caricatures of horror, but The Haunting of Hill House offers a different ghost. Each one is a literal manifestation of every character's inner struggle. Instead of jump scares, they are primarily used to explore the human condition. The ghosts guide each character's growth throughout the series. When we first meet Stephen, he is in deep denial.
You've seen more than I ever have. I've never seen a ghost.
And painstakingly tries to rationalize everything. Stephen selfishly uses the supposed ghost story he never really believed in to write a book for his own gain. Stephen comes off as manipulative and a bit condescending.
I'll need to take some liberties. I always do. I promise to be respectful.
He always hears the people around him, but never really sympathizes with them. Ironically, since childhood, Stephen always saw the ghosts of Hill House. From the clockworker, to Luke's treehouse, to his own game room and vanity he restored, both of which never really existed. Despite witnessing them, Stephen was blinded to what they really were. Later in adulthood, this reinforces his sympathetic disconnection with those around him, seeing but never believing. Shirley is the second oldest sibling. She is controlling, calculative, and very righteous.
Okay, I can't deal with this right now. I'm working.
Yeah? You working?
She believes that she knows best for the family. Shirley's need to control runs so deep that she insists on working on her sister's corpse. For Shirley, the more control she has of the situation, the better the outcome. A ghost that haunts Shirley is one from her past. He randomly pops up as she shakes her head and tries to ignore him. In the final episode, we finally realize they had some history together. Shirley confronts her guilt and the miscalculation she made that day.
That ring closed the deal. You went upstairs with me because of the ring, because the ring meant,
You had as much to lose as I did.
and that was a calculation, Mrs. Harris.
After the confrontation, Shirley goes home and admits to her husband the truth. She finally allowed herself to be vulnerable and imperfect.
I'm gonna jump, and I'm asking you to hold my hand while I'm falling. Okay?
Okay.
Unlike her brother Stephen, middle child Theo is burdened with too much sympathy, stemming from her special gift. To combat overwhelming feelings, she pushes people away that try to come too close. Additionally, Theo wears gloves she received in childhood to reinforce the walls she has built to keep people at bay.
We're great builders. We make ourselves really safe. And no one ever gets in.
The ghostly appendages that grab Theo in the final episode is a manifestation of her fear of overwhelming feelings. In the end, Theo throws caution and her gloves to the wind and becomes unafraid of feeling too much. Youngest brother Luke arguably comes out the worst in the family of siblings. Since childhood, he had difficulty making others believe what he saw, from Abigail to the ghoul in the basement that supposedly wasn't in the house's original plans. Even in adulthood, Luke is ignored and dismissed only as a chronic drug addict. Perhaps more toxic than the drugs he used was the addiction for others he developed, seen in his relationship with fellow drug addicted Ren.
Come with me, Luke.
No. No, I won't.
To his own repressive mother.
This is a gift for us all.
Not if I'm dead. I don't want to be dead.
But you want to be in here.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
By the final episode, Luke has much to go. But with toxic relationships abandoned, he can finally begin that road to recovery, one day at a time. If Luke didn't seem like the worst of the bunch, then little Nell takes the cake. She has a special role in the story. Much like her twin brother, she was ignored and pushed aside. Unfortunately, things didn't get much better when she became a ghost.
If there's a... I could use a bathroom. Where would be the
Just head up
closest?
that hall to your
Okay.
left at your end.
Ghost Nell was determined to help and guide her family, especially her sisters that were always at each other's throats.
I don't know.
I'm telling you.
I'm
trying to tell you.
I don't need to hear your excuses.
I'm not
or
making
your
excuses. I
bullshit.
saw.
During each character's moment of catharsis, Nell was there to give them a little push or pull in the right direction. One by one, she helped each brother and sister grow. For better or worse, Nell became a type of martyr for the remaining siblings, and showed everyone what really matters in the end.
I loved you completely. And you loved me the same. That's all. The rest is confetti.
Thank you everyone for watching my first video. This is something I would love to do on a regular basis. Follow me on Instagram, I'm doing something very similar there, written format of course, and I'll catch you later.